Hi, and welcome to Hope Roots Deep. Today we're going to be interviewing Keely from Conquering with Keely.
Hi.
And we're going to be telling her story of hope and how she landed the job of her dreams, but there was quite the journey to get there, right?
Yes.
So, when did we meet, Keely?
In high school junior year.
And I was her occupational therapist, and I was there to help with her transition from high school to college. Tell me a little bit about that.
So, as the other students were getting ready to apply for college, I wanted to get involved in that.
So, how did you decide what it was you wanted to do with your life?
So, I went to a church event where they showed Lizzie Velasquez's TED Talk. I realized motivational speaking was a big thing, and I just knew I wanted to do it.
And how much support did you get from those in your life in high school at the time?
Family-wise, a lot. But high school-wise, like guidance counselors, other teachers, not so much.
What did they tell you?
Not to even try.
Because?
My disability. They didn't think I can do it.
Tell me a little bit about your disability.
Cerebral palsy is a physical disability that affects my fine motor skills and other motor skills, like in my legs and how I speak.
And how was it that you ended up with CP?
I had meconium aspiration before birth.
So you inhaled poop?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yep, you inhaled poop in your mommy's belly. And a lot of people don't know that's a thing, but it is. And what that does is it inhibits the amount of oxygen that you get to your brain and causes a brain injury, and that results in what we call cerebral palsy. But Keely has not let that stop her. And so what have you been able to do since they told you not to try in high school? What have you accomplished? College? Okay. So in high school, you decided you were going to go for it, even though you got all this negative feedback saying you shouldn't even try. Can you even imagine? And then we transitioned to from high school to college.
That transition brought both positive and negative. Before I found the right college for me, I remember going to a community college, sitting down with disability services, and being told what I can and cannot handle.
And did they know you at all?
No.
Did they know anything about your disability or limitations? Had they even asked you about those yet? No. So just from meeting you face to face, they decided this chick's not capable of this. I'm going to save her some grief and discourage her. So what'd you do with that?
I just told her pretty much she shouldn't be working with someone with a disability with that attitude, and found a new college.
And then how was that experience?
Great.
And what was that college?
Virginia Highlands Community College.
And that's where you grew your wings, you said to me earlier?
Yes, I found my independence there. I was advised, as every other student would be, like with stressors, but they never told me flat out, no, you can't do it.
Awesome. So where did you go from Virginia Highlands?
Southern New Hampshire University.
And I can tell by your smile that you love it.
I do.
So what was different about how they managed your education?
So it's all online based, which is really good for me personally, because I can focus on just the classes, not getting from class to class to class. No physical aspect at all.
Yeah. And how were they as far as supporting you with any needs that you had online?
They give me everything I need, from extra times on all assignments to devices to help me with classes.
So, and you finished with your bachelor's in what?
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. And what's it called?
Communications with the concentration of new media.
See? And that's what she wanted, right? And so everybody said, don't do it. And now she's got her bachelor's, and now what else are you going for?
I am working on my master's in communications and public relations.
So we talked a little bit before we got on here about the job hunt with your bachelor's and the interview process. What have you found with that as far as advocating for yourself? Any discrimination you've experienced?
I feel like I'm still looking at, like, I have a disability and my degree hasn't really been looked at very much.
So how many interviews have you done in the last 6 months?
11.
11?
Give or take.
How many of those do you feel like you were treated with respect?
Maybe 2.
2 of 11. What would be your ideal job? What were you looking for when you were doing all those interviews?
Advocating. I want to be an advocate, and when I ran into the job I have now, I'm in love.
So tell us about that job.
I now work at Dawn of Hope as a case manager. And what we do is look at people with IDD, and that stands from Down syndrome, autism, to other disabilities with IDD, and how they can live life as independently as possible.
And how powerful is that you get to advocate for them now?
Very powerful. It's something that I love to do, and I've learned to advocate for myself, and now I'm doing it for other people who may not either know how to advocate for themselves or cannot advocate for themselves.
So when thinking about all that you had to go through, thinking about all of the negative, all of the people who told you couldn't do it, all of the horrible interview processes, people breaking ADA laws, all of that stuff, do you think that was a part of preparing you?
I do. I really do, because this is exactly what I want. This is fate stepping in, and here I am today.
Yeah. So have you started that job?
Yes.
And what's your experience been?
So far, I'm learning all about the different disabilities. I'm going over their cases, putting files where they need to be, and I am about to meet my first client at the end of the month.
That's so awesome. So if you're out there and someone has discouraged you from your dream because of a disability or for any reason, use Keely here as just an example of how perseverance and lots of prayer and lots of support and seeking those people that do love you and are encouraging you, where you can end up. Because Keely now has her dream job and is halfway through her master's program in a field that she was told not to even pursue. So we want to say to those teachers and those counselors that said she shouldn't even try, what?
I did it anyway.
She did it anyway. She did it anyway. So if you want to hear more about Keely's journey, she records that on all platforms, right?
Yes.
And what do they look for?
Conquer Keely on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Awesome. And then if you want to hear more stories of hope, you can follow Hope Roots Deep on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Thank you, Keely, for coming.